So with me on the call is Zeke Sparkes, the lead designer for Neverwinter. He will be running with us through the exciting new dungeon.
Basically, one of the main things that we're going for, and that distinguishes us quite a bit, is that it is an action MMORPG we really try to emphasize the movement of the combat. Action combat to us doesn't just mean that the powers are on short cooldowns and that you click them very often and that attacks happen quickly. It means that you have to pay attention to what's going on. That there's a lot of enemies that will do things that will put down what we call splats, which are they just mark an area and show you where there's going to be a very powerful attack, and you have to make sure that you get out of those. And those will be you'll see a red ring or a red cone when those go down to give you an idea of where you need to reposition yourself. At the same time, we'll have allies placing down good ones that have a different color. They'll have, particularly our cleric will be able to put down areas where we can stand and be more powerful or heal a little bit or take less damage. And so you'll constantly be moving out of the bad areas and trying to stay into the good areas. Each class has a different way that they want to position in combat. So our rogue here, Anna, will be trying to make sure that she's always on the opposite side of an enemy from somebody else. She'll flank them, and she does extra damage, so it's particularly important for her. So she's not only trying to figure out which areas are good to stand in, but she's also trying to stay in the best position for combat. So there's quite a bit of movement. You can't tab target on something and just continue attacking them no matter what happens. You have to keep looking at them. You have to follow them. You have to move your viewpoint when you want to focus on another part of combat. And it's something that we feel really brings you into the game and makes it more visceral, makes you more connected to what's going on. Well, we're going to play the Helm's Hold Dungeon, which is... so most of our game is soloable. Most of it is solo friendly. You can play with a team through all of that content if you want, but it is geared to allow a solo player to get through. Okay. At the end of every major adventure zone, we have a special 5-man dungeon that requires a team and is where our difficult, challenging content is. It's where the best gear in the game comes from, and that's what we're going to go into today. So this is the it's good. You'll be fine.
You said challenging. I don't know.
Well, it's the more challenging content. This is the 4th one. You know, it's about mid game, so it's not super hard yet. Okay. We have end game versions that are where the real challenge begins.
All right.
But I think you'll be okay. So we'll take you into this one. This is there's a cathedral off in the distance there that you can see. This dungeon is actually underneath of that cathedral. There's the backstory. There's a devil, a succubus, who has been posing as a priest of this area, and she has kind of taken over she's taken over Helm's Hold here, and has been kind of bringing through more and more of her devilish minions. Okay. So we're gonna go in there and try to clear it out. Okay. Is everybody ready?
I hope so.
You're the only one with the mic on, so I hope the others are good.
Yes, we are.
Good.
Fantastic. We'll let the tank go in first here. So you can see these guys are, in addition to areas where they'll put down splats, these guys are actually very mobile on top of that. So they oh, and we're all standing on traps there.
Oh, I see the arrows. Oh, yeah, there they are.
Yeah. But these guys are very mobile. They'll make these fiery charges through you to the other side, so they don't stay still for very long. All right, let's head over this way.
What stuff has changed since I saw the game?
Oh, well, maybe one of the biggest things, which I should explain, because I just realized that you get an extra toy that the rest of us don't get. Each class now has a tertiary mechanic that is specific to that class and helps them play in a particular style. So you have a little tab icon next to that left dragon, air powers. So as the control wizard, you get access to a 4th encounter power, and all of your encounter powers, you have something called spell mastery, will do something extra. Got a little imp here. All of your encounter powers will do something extra if they are in that slot. So not only do you have access to 4 encounter powers at one time, but they all have an extra benefit when you put them in there. And they should say when you hover over them. Repel is particularly fun there. Repel is something that'll knock back a single target. It's good to get things away from you when they come to attack you. Repel will knock back a whole group of guys. So that's pretty fun. So all classes have that. The cleric is right now in divine mode. So the clerics build up this divine energy, and then they can switch into divine mode where their heals are more potent. They get a couple of different powers. Some of their powers have extra effects. The guardian fighter has his guard mode, where he has several different attacks that open up when he's in that. Is extra tanky. Takes less damage when he's using his guard. These little annoying little imps. Rogues have a whole stealth mechanic, and they can actually stay in stealth in combat if they do it right and use the right powers and use that area mechanic correctly. Great weapon fighters are one of our most mobile classes in combat. They have an unstoppable ability that makes them attack faster and do more damage, not get held, and it lets them move around the field a lot better. So that's one of the big things that has changed. There's a whole lot. So it's kind of hard to remember. It's one of those things as a developer, when you go back and you look at where the game was a year ago. It's wow, I can't believe how much stuff we've done since then. So there's a lot of extra powers as well. So if there will be more, there should be more access than you had before. Okay. So if you open up your powers, particularly in the encounter power section, there should be quite a few new things in there for you to play with.
Since we all have wolves, what kind of other pets are there, or that will there be?
Sure, they are. It's more than just pets. They're actually we call them companions because there are animal companions, there are fantastic magical companions, there are also hirelings. So that you can have man-at-arms, or you can have another cleric. We have quite a wide range of different companions that you can get. Some of them are pretty rare and fantastical, and I think we'll be releasing more and more of those as we get closer to launch. You know, showing people what cool companions you can wind up with.
Okay. What do we do next?
Okay, sorry.
No,
I
no
was
problem. I was
swapping my.
listening.
So all of these devils that we're fighting are being summoned up by the Ashmodai cults, and that's it's one of the things that's super important to us. You know, we're an action-based game, but and it sounds silly to say, but we're a D&D game, and so we spend a lot of time making sure that that it feels like D&D, that it's not just it's not just a fantasy game. It is not just a D&D game. It is a Forgotten Realms game that takes place in Neverwinter. You know, it's fantastic for us. Forgotten Realms is one of the most beloved D&D settings. We get to be part of telling and continuing that story. We work with WotC on a very, very frequent basis. Everything that we put in is vetted by them. And we make sure that it actually represents the realms like they expect it to. It's super fun, especially as you know, most of us on this team grew up playing D&D in our parents' basements. It's pretty great to actually be a part of that now.
Would you say it's a D&D or a pen and paper replacement? Could fans just switch from their parents' basement to Neverwinter?
Well, we certainly hope that we are capturing the same feel, that it is evocative of all those times of telling those stories. And you know, one of the ways that we do that is we have the Foundry, which is, you know, we haven't released a whole lot of information about it yet. We'll be talking more about that as we get into the future. But it's a way that you can get in as a player and tell those stories, you know, tell your stories, not just ours. And it hooks straight into the world. You know, I wouldn't say that our goal is to create a replacement for the pen and paper. That's you know, the pen and paper is a very, very special thing that we all love. And there's you know, there's not really a way to replace that with a computer game, I think.
Yeah.
But we definitely wanted to harken back and feel familiar to people. No, we're having problems here. We should all get on to fight this Aranye. She's healing up that shock troop devil. Oh, we got him. Anyway. Sorry, that got a little crazy.
I felt alright. Maybe because I was hiding behind all of you.
Yeah, no, that's the right thing to do. Is but yeah, I'm sorry. So I just touched on the Foundry there real quick. It's one of the things that is important to us is we've tried to create a game that feels like D&D, not that feels like one particular edition of D&D. That is going to be familiar to people no matter what version of D&D they've played. And you know, we've worked really hard to try to make sure that there's all sorts of juicy lore in there for the people who have played a whole bunch of D&D. There's, you know, depending on when you started, we've tried to make sure that there's something in there that'll be familiar for all of that. So we're not bound to one particular version of the game or one particular set of rules. Ooh, that one was tough too.
No.
We might not make it on that encounter.
Somebody. Oh,
Come, we're coming.
I think I'm dead.
I think Anna ran back in, and I think she is also dead now. So I'm gonna wait back at the campfire for everybody else to spawn. So you can see that there's a down mechanic that exists. When you don't die right away, you go down, and your allies can come res you at that time. They can get you back into the fight. You can only do this a couple of times before you will go straight to the dead state. When you are dead, you can release. You can respawn back at the most recent campfire, basically. So I think if you there you go.
Okay.
So now we can kind of regroup, and we should probably let the tank go in first.
Yep.
I think I did before anybody else, and that sort of threw out of control. Yeah, so we'll let the tank go in first, and maybe I'll start trying to talk in between the fights instead of during them. See, I can call for help when I'm down here, and oh, good.
Oh, gosh, they are fast.
Yes, they are a little bit. Potions are pretty important too. You may notice. So, if you start running out, let me know. I can refill us. Oh no, Anna.
I'm sorry, I'm dying a lot.
Hey, this is not our super easy dungeon, so
Good to know.
Alright, we got two down over here. Let's get that other Legion Devil first. Because the Aranyes, when they get down to low health, they oh, right into the trap. Uh-oh.
Oh, trap. No.
Yeah, yeah. This room is a mean. It looks like this is. It's always. I was saying it's hard for us to go back and remember what the game was like a year ago. It's even,
But
even more than
feels
that.
a little bit faster for me, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah, well, that's good. We've been trying to make sure that it, we've done a lot of iteration to make the action combat more actiony as we go. But it's also it's interesting to go back and just see what the game was like a couple of weeks ago, because I'm used to playing. This is a little bit old, and this is it looks like this is before we did our first raising of difficulty for 5-man content for the dungeons, and we have adjusted it a little bit easier since then.
Okay.
But it looks like this one is still on the harder difficulty, but that's okay. We're figuring it out. We're getting there. That's good.
Do the enemies scale to the number of players in a group, or is it just a fixed difficulty?
So they don't scale.
Okay.
We have most of the content is set to a single player difficulty, and some of it is like this is actually set to a higher difficulty.
Okay.
There are instances that are set for solo players as well, so it's not just every instance is a 5-man instance.
Okay.
Yeah, once that Aranya starts healing, we've gotta get her. All right, and now let's get these little warlocks here. All right, good. Got one little guy hiding in the corner. He's afraid. I got him.
Okay.
So the Foundry, just to touch back on that again real
Yep.
quick, I don't remember how much we were talking about that the last time you looked at the game.
Not
But
much.
So, and the thing that is really exciting about the Foundry is that it's a way for users to get in and create content that they want to see in the game. And so we give access to pretty much everything that we've used to make the game. We give access to in the Foundry, and we've created a tool that is more friendly than just releasing our development tools. So it's easier to use. So if you're not, even if you're not a hardcore game modder, something that you'll be able to get into and create stories for your friends. And one of the things that is super important to us is that it's not that you're creating games to your friends and that you're sending them to a few specific people. It's integrated right in the game. So when you create a mission for the Foundry, it'll appear in the game world. So if another player goes and browses and decides that they would like to do the mission that you created, once they accept that, you're able to hook into the same critters and the same clickies that are actually in the persistent world. So you don't have to go to a specific map to play this Foundry content. There's stuff on all of our maps that we let players get access to, so they can tell these stories. It becomes part of the MMO itself, instead of a standalone thing that you have to go out of your way to get to.
So they could create their own dungeons with their own enemies, or is there even an editor for creating whole new types of enemies?
So you can't create enemies from scratch. All of anything that is based on game balance difficulty is based on. Oh no! I just fell off. Is based on the things that we have already created. But you can create. It's a nicely robust costume creator, and so you can create your own enemies in the sense that you find enemies that are similar to what you want them to function like, and then you get in and make a costume specific to what you want them to look like. and you can replace those costumes. So we've tried to give a great deal of flexibility, and we always have to kind of balance that flexibility with making sure that it doesn't imbalance the game. So anything that is related to sort of game balance or how difficult something is, we create giant libraries of the stuff that we used to create and balance our game, and let people have access to that.
Your player or your character was a warrior class, right?
Yeah, he's a great weapon.
Because I just saw, I guess I saw him spinning around in circles.
This one?
Yeah, this one. Right.
Yeah, that's one of his dailies. It's
okay.
It's pretty fun. And now it's gone.
I'm sorry. I guess
okay.
we need it in a minute, and then we all die.
Again, if we go for these little warlocks first, we can get them out of the way.
There's always this guy with the shield following me.
See if I can help you out with that. These two Aranyes apart, they're just healing each other. They get kind of mean. All right, got one of them.
Ooh. Oh no.
Yeah. Let's get the imps first. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tank. Thank you. That was starting to get ugly.
Get away from me.
Oh, no, where are you? Yeah, call for help. Yeah, good. Good, good.
Thank
There
you.
you go. Yes, should use healing potions. Now.
Yeah.
Alright, almost got him. Almost got him. All right, down to the big guy. There we go. Now you're safe. I feel for Robha over there. I normally play the tanks inside of our internal tests, so I know the pain he's going through trying to control this guy.
Oh, I just saw our wolves are dead.
Oh, yeah, he will. Well, so if you can res him, you can an ally. They will also do that on their own after combat.
Ah, okay.
Well, that was a tough fight. That was good.
Yeah, it was. Could the mage use some kind of weapons, or is he restricted to spells? Just as a backup, maybe.
So all of the it is spells. So he's got the control wizard has that crystal ball, that orb that you're floating. That's his implement. So spells are focused through that. There are a couple of other kinds of implements that you can get in some of the special content in the game. But all of your attacks are going to be based on the spells themselves.
Okay.
But unlike earlier editions of D&D, you don't run out spells, right? Like in the early editions, it was, oh wait. Okay, magic missile.
Yeah, I can't do anything. Wait for me.
now I will throw darts. So you don't have to do that. You can always throw your magic missiles.
Okay.
Yeah. These are some of my. This is one of my favorite critter groups to fight. I think they, the teleport that those Legion devils have just make. Oh no! I didn't mean to do that. Well, might as well use it. So, and I'm not sure about how much we had talked about this last year either, but on top of all the stuff that I've been talking about, on top of the D&D and the action combat and the Foundry being able to get in and author your own content, we are a truly free-to-play, free-to-download game, and that's it sounds like a weird way to say it instead of just saying free-to-play, but every time we just say free-to-play, the next question is, well, how much is the client?
Yeah.
What's the cost of downloading? Like, no. It's free to play. Oh, okay. Well, what's the monthly sub? No. And to us, that's it's a business model. It has nothing to do with the quality of the game. We have put so much effort into polishing this game and making it amazing, and free to play is a way that makes it more accessible to more players. It lets us get more people in and enjoying and loving the game, and we've been able to do it from ground up. We've done conversions. We know that it works, but being able to do this from ground up as a free game for players has just been amazing.
But I guess it's always hard to sell players on free-to-play, because there's always this free-to-play is always pay-to-win games, so I'm guessing that must be hard to, even for you or for such a game, must be a hard sell.
Well, I think that's been changing. I think that was true under some old models that weren't very appealing to the West, and I think you can see, as more big name games have been switching to this model, because it is such a it's a very effective model, as players it's super amazing. Like, I should be terrified of it because it means I have to continually find things to make sure that players are interested in.
Yep.
There's no subscription to fall back on. There's none of that. But I love it because it means we really, really pay attention to what the players want and what the players are looking for. And so, we launch the game and we spend, all these years making the game and coming up with what it is, and as soon as we launch it, it sort of belongs to the players at that point. It's what the community wants, and the onus is really on us to make sure that we are paying attention, that we're listening, that we're seeing what people like, and then we react, and then we provide more of that. So it's really, really exciting, and there's more and more big name games that have at the very least switched to a free-to-play model. So I think a lot of that old perception is kind of is changing right now, and hopefully, as us starting as free-to-play, people will see it doesn't mean that the game is pay to win. It doesn't mean that the game is lower quality. It's just a different strategy for the game. I think that I really do think that all that is changing. Okay, this one will take a little bit of coordination.
Okay.
Tank, go in first. Don't go near those flaming coffers.
Okay. I do my best.
Yeah, those. If we go over there, we wind up getting extra. You see those burning the blazing skeletons there? There's a couple extra hanging out over there if we stray too far. So
Okay.
make sure and try to focus on all the little guys first. This one's going to be pretty tough. So save your AOE attacks, because she's going to summon some imps that are going to give us a little bit of a problem. But I think we can make it.
Good. Let's see.
Yeah, there's those imps. Oh, I don't know. This is looking sketchy. Oh no, where's Anna? Anna, call for help. Oh, you're way over there. Okay, I'll get you. Oh no! Alright, we got one of the blazing skeletons.
Ooh. Shit. Sorry. No. Thank you.
Oh! Oh no, they knocked me off. Oh no! Oh. Okay.
Next try.
Like take two, yeah. So we should not attack her until we get rid of the blazing skeletons.
Okay.
And we should focus on one of the blazing skeletons, and then when the imps come up, we switch to focus on the imps, and back to the blazing skeleton. So we touched on the free to play a little bit, and the closer we get to launch, the more we'll release specifics of what we plan on. But I can tell you philosophically, what we believe is that the best way to make a free to play game successful is the best way to make any game successful. You make a good game. And so our focus is on making an awesome game that people love, and people love to get in and play. And so we don't like barriers. We don't like things where you get to a point and then you have to pull out your wallet to get further in the game or like that. It doesn't make sense to us. We want people to be as much in love with the game as possible, and then they become enthusiasts, and they want to be part of what's going on. And so it's we've seen a lot from the conversions that we've done, and from the games that Perfect World has released. We've seen a lot of what is good and healthy and free to play, and what is successful and what people like. And we've been soaking all of that up and applying it to Neverwinter. So I think as we release more and more of that model, I think people are going to be excited. It's not a you can play for free, but not the dungeons. We don't like that kind of thing. It doesn't get people excited. We like to get people excited.
Oh.
All right.
Next try.
So let's let's focus on the blazing skeletons.
Okay.
And switch to the imps. And look, we've got one down pretty low on health already, so let's just focus on that guy.
Okay.
We'll get the other blazing skeleton here in a little bit. Okay, get the imps now. Okay, there's an extra blazing skeleton. Okay, there's a blazing skeleton right in the middle there. That's who we should be aiming for. Woo!
Okay.
I'm kind of hurt here. I think I'm about to die. Okay, back to the imps. Okay, one more blazing skeleton. Alright, back to imps. All right. They're attacking me. Somebody else res Anna. Oh, did we not get him?
Yeah.
Oh, and we need the two. Oh no! We're so close!
Thank you. Oh.
Oh, I didn't make it. So close. Oh, that was good though. That was
Almost, guys. Almost.
almost. I am out of potions. I don't know about
Yes.
others. I'm gonna.
I have
Yes.
got 2 left.
Let me fix that. And I think we got it this time.
Hopefully.
So let's do the skeleton on the right. Oh, I guess they're both on the right. Alright, get the imps down. Oh no, Anna, use your potions! Use your potions!
I don't know what to say.
Oh no! Like,
What is
I got-
happening?
Oh no! Oh, that didn't work.
Well, that went faster.
Alright, you got one more try in?
Is anybody still alive? Oh yes.
Well, no, we just respawned, I think.
Oh, okay. that was fast.
Okay, so I've got a new plan.
Okay.
This time we're all gonna wait, and we're gonna send Benedict in.
To die.
No. Yes. No.
Maybe
Maybe.
a little bit.
We're gonna send him in and then bring them back around into this hallway so we
Okay.
don't get skeleton. So yeah, we should all stand back over here and let Benedict go get them and bring them back. Although our pets will all run out there most likely. So
So, goodbye, Dead Wolf,
Yep,
and goodbye, Benedict.
yeah. But Benedict should come back after they start fighting him. Yeah, come back, Benedict. Come back. Come back! He'll chase you. And then once they're around this corner, it'll be like, there we go, let's get that guy. Alright. We got it. Excellent.
Whoa.
Yay.
Woohoo!
What?
Huh.
Pretty tough.
So, there was a mini boss, yes?
It was. Yes, that was the
Amazing.
Mini is the word.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take on the next room just to die a couple more times and
Yes.
and then we can wrap up. Okay, awesome.
Sounds good. get this Legion Devil here that's almost dead. Let's get him out of the way. Forget your potions. I think we
That
wound
was
up
pretty handy. Oh no, more enemies. Oh, get away from me.
Yeah, we wound up with the second group in here. But that's okay. We're used to the mini boss now. Alright, let's finish off that Aranez. Alright, good. The Aranez is gone. Don't forget your potions. Oh, you guys are way over there. There we go. Yeah, see? 2 spawns at once, no problem.
Oh.
We just needed the mini boss to bring us all together.
Yeah. A couple of times.
A couple of 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Six.
I'd rather.
Solid.
So I don't know.
Did you decide from the start to feature such a direct combat system, or was it an idea
No.
that evolved over time?
It evolved. We were a very different game at one point, and the entire time we've been constantly reevaluating, our decisions, what we've been doing, what we think will make the best game, and it was tough. It took a long time debating the action combat and the mouse look and trying to figure out if it was the right thing for the game. Especially since at first glance it doesn't always seem like when you first look at it, or when you first think of D&D in a computer game, this isn't really the first thing that you come up with how it should play. And so we did a lot of exploration of different styles of gameplay, and after a lot of analysis and a lot of trying out different things, we just decided that we could make that D&D feeling, not necessarily the tabletop feeling, but we could give that feeling of the D&D experience, that going into the dungeon and scrapping your way through and getting the awesome loot at the end, and that we could make it just more compelling and more visceral and connect with the user better with this style of system. So we went through many iterations on what the gameplay should be like, and this is where we felt it was the strongest. So this is what we went with.
Okay. Well then, thank you very much for your
Awesome.
time.
Zeke, thank you very much, and
Yes,
I'm sorry on behalf of all of us here in office in Amsterdam for dying so much. Only took us 6 times to get through the first.
Yeah, we
First
don't
minute.
have to tell anybody.
This is on the older, slightly harder build, so that was good. 5 people who haven't played together getting through the first mini boss. That was good.